If you ask me, it's a top part of the world.
I just found these on the ground over there. Top down here in the shade. Now, if you're thinking to yourself, bush tucker, you'd be wrong. These are bush poison. They're called acacia nuts, and if you eat one of these, you'll get very, very sick indeed. That's the funny thing about the outback. You make one mistake and you can be in real trouble. In the outback, you've got beautiful places to swim, and it doesn't cost you a cent.
Because you don't have matches doesn't mean you can't get a fire going. With a little help from the car cigarette lighter and some kindling ready to burn, anyone can get a blaze going without a problem.
So there you have it, a beautiful fire. Now, there he is there, small feral pig. He's just gone into the short grass here, you can't quite see him. Now, we could shoot him, or we could use this, an Aboriginal hunting boomerang. It's straighter and a lot heavier, designed to kill and not to come back. Oh, missed him by spider. Oh. In a survival situation, it's good to know how to make a signal fire. Put yourself on top of a hill, just like this one, make a small fire, and get yourself some green leaves like these, because they're good for making smoke. Then get yourself something like a lid, like a esky lid like this one. Pop the leaves on there. And we're going to use the international signal of SOS, which is 3 short, 3 long, 3 short. Take your lid, pop it over there like that. So this will be dot. Reckon we could go out and have a bit of a look around for some bush tucker?
Okay, yep.
Hey, just before we go, mate, I'm on a seafood diet. If I see food, I eat it.
Right.
It's finally happened, we're broken down. The outback certainly takes its toll on these vehicles. This is a classic survival situation. Do the wrong thing and you'll probably perish. Do the right thing and you'll probably survive. Step 1, do not leave the vehicle. People often make that mistake and they perish within a couple of days. Remember, the vehicle is the safest place to be. G'day mate, I'm just heading up the road. Can I get a dozen beers please? Thanks mate. G'day mate, how are you? Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, not bad. Yeah. Just getting a few beers for the road, heading up north. Oh, thanks very much, mate. Oh, better give you some money.
With a long, dusty trip ahead, a few cold beers in the boot would come in very handy. These days, not much is left of those early pioneers. Just a few old, precious reminders of a time gone by.
What we got here is a bush shower. Now, I've filled it up with warm water. It's simply just a matter of turning that, and I get a beautiful, warm shower. Okay, just drop the towel, and we're ready to go.
But enough of the creature comforts.
Just find yourself a stick to get them down, poke them in the right spot, and they should come fairly easily. Just give it a bit of a twist, that one should come down. There we go. Got yourself a nice coconut. Now it's just a matter of cracking it open. And, oh!
The Aboriginal legends surrounding the outback are fascinating to hear, and I'm always fascinated to hear them.
The reality is, it's a top part of the world. And if you keep your eyes open, you can see. Oh. Aussie adventure.
It was then I spotted him, a big saltwater croc, cruising in the shallows. I had to act quick or I'd be steering straight into the face of big trouble.
Whenever I'm in the outback, I always take the opportunity to fill up, because too often people underestimate the distance between towns and get themselves into trouble. And I fill it right up to the top and make sure I get out of here with a full tank. The trick is, you've got to hit the water at just the right angle to avoid capsizing. Takes a bit of practice, but you soon get the hang of it.
adventure. Juliet Delta, this is Traveller 1. Now I'm breaking camp, leaving Ewinga Creek. My destination, Alice Springs. ETA should be round about 1900 hours. You copy?
Copy that.
And if there's any police on the road, tell them I'm only breaking camp. I won't be breaking any speed limits. You there?
Yes.
These are what I was looking for. Candle nuts. They grow native to the area, and when you're out in the wilderness, these can come in very, very handy. I'll show you why. You've got to hit them pretty hard. Take a rock like this, and okay, I've cracked him open. Let's have a bit of a look what's inside. As you can see, there's a beautiful white nut in there. I'll just get him out, and there he is there. Very edible, good bush tucker for survival in the wilderness. And also, it's a candle nut, and I'll show you why a bit later on.
There's no doubt about it, Aussies love a party.
Have a look at this. Beautiful little thing. Starting to say that the species is under threat, so we'll put him back in there. Let's see what else we can find. Now right next to me here is an insect. Now don't be surprised if you can't see him, because he has excellent camouflage. There he is. I was here a second ago. Well, if he was here, he'd look a lot like that there. And you wouldn't be able to see him because he looks like a stick. Fantastic camouflage, isn't it? I'll just put him back. Well, that's not actually it. If he was here, I'd put him back.
But despite putting the foot down, his car was not about to budge. This bloke was in more than deep sand, he was in deep trouble.
Tell you what, this guy's going nowhere fast. These things hold about 2 tonne, and by the look of that tyre,
Just find yourself a sturdy tree, hook up the cable, then put your back into it. And you'll be out of there in no time.
I never go into the outback without a decent supply of water. And the general rule for how much you'll need is 3 litres per day, per person, per man, per degree, over 25 degrees Celsius, per kilometre if walking on foot. In the winter months, dividing it by 2, plus another litre at the end.
Time to go home, old fella. Time to go home.
I'm caught. Hang on.
And the good times we'd share. It's all part of the Aussie Outback, and that's one thing I sure will be. Back.
I can't get it up.